Hey everyone, Ledrock here again, your nature boy. Once again, we are going scuba diving, and this morning we are on the Montego Bay section of the Cayman Trench. It's a wall dive that we are doing. Nevertheless, we can't stay at this depth for long, so we will be here shortly. What you're looking at now is a black coral. This one is a protected species. People use them, to make jewelry and stuff like that because they have a hard nature. But they become almost extinct on our coral reef, and the government put in place, legislation to protect them. And now we're seeing them making a comeback. However, we notice some fungus, as you just seen there, and if that area is turning white, right? Is trying to wipe them out. So you'll still see them, and this section of the wall, it is very rich with a lot of marine life. So I didn't stay much longer down there. I just went over there just to take a glimpse. Here we have a pillar of it's a star coral, very healthy on this side. You can see all the polyps of the coral reef on this piece of coral. That's what gives it the color and keep it alive. But up there at the top, you can see where some form of fungus, some form of disease is trying to kill this one. It could also cause from global warming. We have coral bleaching, so that area of the coral may have bleached and is now dying. Global warming affects a lot of stuff on the reef, because right there, what that used to be is a sea urchin, but that's a skeleton of the sea urchin. Those we don't have regular on the reef anymore. They are scarce commodity, and because of that, we have a rapid growth of algae, which is the mask, those little plant-like looking stuff, brown stuff you see at the reef. So after the warming bleached the coral and it killed the sea urchin, what you have left is just an overrun of the coral reef. Here we have a small goldfish and a jack, two different fish. The jack is normally a pelagic fish, feed on the surface to mid-surface, but this time it's hunting food with the goldfish. So each time the goldfish try to eat something in the sand, and the small fish that are living close to the ocean floor swim, to escape the goldfish, the jack would catch them. So that's his reason. It make hunting for him a lot easier. So as the goldfish feed and the small fish trying to escape, because the goldfish doesn't eat small fish, what it eats is just some microorganism that is in the sand. But sometimes you have small fish, hanging out close to the floor. When the goldfish try to feed, they run off, and then it will take them. The jack, that jack is called a skipjack, or we call him sometimes a bar jack. It's normally shiny, but now when it's hunting, it takes on that color because it kind of blends in somewhat with, some of the colors on the ocean floor. Those are some yellowtail snappers. That's over where I was when I began the dive, but I came up now and I'm on top of the reef, so I'm looking back over there now and seeing those yellowtail snappers in the distance. I wanted to get a closer shot at them, but couldn't do that. Because I didn't want to go back that deep, so I maintained my position in the shallow. There we have a sea anemone. It's a living animal. It's a species of the coral. It's now feeding from using those tentacles to feed a microorganism that passes by in the current. Also, though, if a fish should really get inside it could get stung by those tentacles and get devoured. However, you have some coral fish or some fish that live on the reef that hang out between those tentacles, and from that they get protection. That bright yellow orange looking stuff you're looking at there, it's a piece of tube coral, very brightly colored. Just want to say also that while you're looking at these videos, I encourage you to subscribe, because we have a lot of views. People view these videos a lot, but the subscription are low. What happened is that when we don't have the subscription where we want them, YouTube algorithm doesn't really identify the video, so they don't get to share them as they should, so other people can enjoy the beauty that now you're enjoying. So I encourage you all to like and to subscribe to my channel and to leave a comment, If you have dived this era before in Montego Bay, you can leave the comment there. If you want to dive this era, there are lots of dive shops within the Montego Bay area. If you come into Jamaica, you can book your dive, and I promise you, this wall dive will be a breathtaking one. It's very, very beautiful. Different species of fish. Some morning you go there, you get to see nurse sharks, turtles, moray eels, crabs, lobsters. Yeah. This piece of coral is called a sheet coral. It, rather than growing tall, it rather spread out on the ocean floor. And it have some small patterns of stars on it. So as I zoom in on it, you'll see those small patterns of stars. You see that small fish hanging out on it. Sometimes when you pass these corals, you have to take a good look to see what's there, because sometimes you'll pass the beauty that you would enjoy so much and didn't even notice it was there because they are so camouflaged. Right? So it's a bunch of coral reef, and this is what I love to do. I love to go scuba diving, and I love to share my experience with everyone who are of the same mindset as I am. I love the water. This is a puffer fish. This one is hanging out under a little cavern on the side of the wall. This is at the very top of the wall though. As I said, I wouldn't go back over there. I was at about 95 to 100 feet. I came up to about 70 feet, which is on the top of the wall. So I maintain that depth. I don't want to have excess nitrogen built up in my bloodstream. That could spell danger. So for those who are certified scuba divers, and even those who have just done the Discover Scuba Diving course, will understand exactly what I'm talking about. And for those who haven't done it, you should get into doing it. This is a brain coral. If you notice, it looks more like a brain cell. In previous videos, I would say things down there are mainly named by the way they looked and shaped. So this one looked like a brain cell, so it's a brain coral, a very healthy piece. There used to be tons of these on the coral reef, but we noticed that since the mid 90s coming up into the 2000s, when we have those massive coral bleaching, because the temperatures really went up, we found that a lot of these corals, they die. And because of the coral dying, we have a migration of the fish on the reef. And a migration of the fish also leads to overgrowing of the algae and the coral reef. Because the coral reef, coral reefs are what the fish live in. And if the corals are dead, just like us, we may live in a highly populated area. But if something should happen and the house are bombed out and burned out and etc., or some natural disaster should take away those houses, then people would move away. But as soon as the rebuilding process started again, then people would start moving back in. So we have to take care of what we have. So I say to all of us, like and subscribe and share, leave a comment. We'll try to answer you. All the best. God bless.